stay a while and listen.
What is going on, guys? So today I want to make a video and give you guys some insight on the differences between vanilla Diablo 2 and the current version of Diablo 2. Diablo went through many different changes and patches since the release of the game, but I'm going to be going into details about the two main patches in the game that just completely changed everything, and I'm going to be talking about patch 1.09 and the transition to patch 1.10. And I'm not going to go into crazy details or anything. I'm just going to go over some of the most, major differences between the two patches and the current version of Diablo 2. Because I'm going to be playing patch 1.09 a little bit more on single player and on LAN with some of my friends in the Diablo 2 community. So I really want to make a video and just explain to you guys the differences so you guys know while I'm playing patch 1.09. So during patch 1.09, it was probably it was Diablo 2 in its prime for sure. It was probably when the most players were playing at the time, and the game was just in its prime. And this patch came out, patch 1.09 came out shortly after Lord of Destruction, and it stayed that way on that patch for about roughly 2 years, and then patch 1.10 came out. So during patch 1.09, this is when there was no rune words in the game, only just the original rune words. There was no crazy rune words, there was no grief, there was no enigma, there wasn't really a lot of hammered-ins or anything like that, and there was a lot of unique items that weren't out yet. And the main class builds, the most powerful builds in the game, were Frozen Orb Sorceress, a Whirlwind Barbarian, and a Wind Force Amazon. Those were like the three top, most powerful classes in the game at that time. And this version of the game is so special because these classes were so good at that time, and a lot of the good unique items in the game, like the rarest items in the game, were actually the best items, like the Grandfather's Sword and Wind Force, the Wind Force Bow. Those were probably the two most rarest and most popular items in the game. They were like the enigmas of their time. So this part of the game was just really a lot of fun. This is when cow levels were really good for experience. People weren't doing too many Bale runs. People were also doing blood runs. Blood runs are Act 5 runs in the Frigid Highlands right outside Harrogath. So there was a lot of changes there's a lot of things that aren't available or aren't the same as they are right now in Diablo 2. And it's just really a special time in Diablo 2. Like I said, it was really fun to play all these builds, and a lot of these unique items were really good at the time, like the Oculus was one of the most popular items, Storm Shield, the Lidless Wall. These are items that were extremely valuable during these times, and it was a lot of fun to play the game then. Now I'm going to talk about patch 1.10, just explain to you guys a little bit what happened with that. So when patch 1.10 came out, it completely changed the game, almost entirely. Some people were happy, and some people were actually outraged, and they didn't even want to buy the expansion pack anymore because these changes were so major. So basically what happened was, in patch 1.10 they released all these crazy rune words: Enigma, Grief, Dragon, Dream, all of these crazy rune words, and they released new unique items. And what they did is they completely changed the classes, and they completely changed the difficulty of the monsters. And what they did is they increased the difficulty of the monsters majorly, and they also increased the skills for almost all of the classes. But a lot of the builds from before weren't as effective as they are in patch 1.10. So the Whirlwind Barbarian wasn't the best class anymore. Amazons kind of just sucked. Sorceresses, Frozen Orb Sorceresses kind of sucked, and it really took players time to kind of adapt to this new environment and adapt to the new items and things like that in the game. Nowadays we're much more knowledgeable, but at that time, it takes years for the players to adapt to these changes in the game and just learn from it and make new classes and builds and things like that. So basically, to shorten this up a bit and give you guys an explanation. In patch 1.09, you know, there was a lot of builds that were really good, and all the unique items were the best items in the game. There wasn't any crazy rune words. And then in patch 1.10, all the crazy rune words came out, and then all of the classes just completely changed. Hammerdins came out and they were crazy, and it really wasn't like that during patch 1.09. So that's really why I want to play patch 1.09 and just relive these old memories. And just it was a really special time in Diablo 2, and I personally think that it was the best time in Diablo 2. So that kind of just sums it up for you guys, the differences between them. I'll leave a link in the description below where you guys can look at the complete patch notes from patch 1.09 to 1.10. It's really a long list of things, but those are just the major differences between the patches. And I just wanted to give you guys a little video and give you guys some insight on the differences between these patches, because a lot of you guys have been asking me while I've been playing D2SE on patch 1.09. Yeah, a lot of videos are going to be coming up on that. I'm going to be staying on top of playing battle.net in the current version of Diablo 2, but I will be playing patch 1.09 a lot because it holds a very special place in my heart, and as far as my gaming history and Diablo's history, and I think it's a great part of Diablo 2 that we all love and remember, and it's really awesome to kind of relive these memories and these different versions of Diablo 2. So that's about it, guys. Just check the links in the description below where you guys can see the full details of the patch notes, so you guys can really see major details about the patch differences. And really over the years, you know, there really isn't a whole difference between patch 1.10 and the current version 1.14. Really the only differences are, you know, maybe some minor fixes. They added Uber Tristram, and they added respec tokens, but besides that, I mean, patch 1.10 is basically what it is now on patch 1.14. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I want to give you guys a big shout out. Thank you to 10,000 subscribers. I'm really excited about that. It's just really awesome. I got a lot of big things planned for that for you guys. I'll be doing a giveaway, and I've just been working on a lot of stuff lately. But I wanted to get this video out and just show you guys the differences between the patches, so you guys know and have a better understanding of that. But I will see you guys on my next video. Make sure you subscribe if you want to keep up with Diablo 2 content, and I will see you guys on my next video.